Taking a comfortable seat and letting your hands rest wherever they naturally fall, listening to the sound of the singing bowl. Let your attention drop from your thoughts into what you can feel. Notice the air on your skin, the temperature, maybe the slight movements inside your body as you breathe. An invitation to notice how you are, as you are. Maybe taking a moment to set an intention for today's practice. As you're ready, bringing movement to the body and making your way onto all fours, wrists under shoulders, knees under the hips. As you're ready, begin to move through the spine, slow and steady. Instead of performing cat and cow, notice sensation. How does it feel as the chest opens? And how does it feel as the back rounds? So inhale as belly button goes down to the mat, opening through the throat, and exhale as you round the spine, tucking chin to chest, alternating with the pace of your breath. Focus on sensation. The next time you come to a neutral spine, walking those hands forward as you move into puppy pose, letting the heart drop towards the mat. Feel where the stretch stops. Notice that that's your edge today. So maybe forehead on the mat, or maybe tucking chin under. Breathing here, not past it. Feeling that opening all the way up into the pelvis. On your next inhale, shifting forward onto your belly. Elbows about an inch in front of the shoulders, drawing the shoulder blades onto your back body. Pressing into the tops of the feet, imagining length through the front of the body. Notice if you're gripping your lower back. Soften the glutes. Let the spine support itself. If you'd like, staying here or threading right arm under the left, maybe resting that right cheek on the mat, or threading left arm in front of the right, resting head and neck forwards. Breathing into any tightness you may encounter through the shoulders. Pressing into your left hand as you uncross the arms, bringing that right arm out to your side at 90 degrees, and then rolling onto your right side, maybe bringing that left leg up behind you. Feel that stretch through the front of the shoulder and the chest. Left hand to support you in front, or if you'd like, wrapping it around the low back. Notice sensation. As you're ready, gently coming back through center, finding your Sphinx pose, unclenching the glutes, breathing into the front body, And then this time threading left arm under your right, maybe crossing right arm in front of left. Resting into your pose. Breathing into sensation. And transitioning here, bringing that right arm out, pressing into the hand, left arm coming out to your side at 90 degrees, and then rolling onto your left side. Right leg coming behind you, or maybe stacking the knees here. Finding your edge. Breathing into any sensation. And rolling back through center. This time, hands by your sides and pressing into those palms as you come back, tucking all 10 toes under and sitting back to the heels in a toe stand. Fingertips to the shoulders and rolling those arms forwards and then back. If you can, elbows coming to touch in front of the chest as you create those circles. And then changing the direction of those circles. Releasing the hands, interlacing fingers behind the body, hugging palms back as you open the chest, maybe tipping the head back, opening through the throat. Hugging shoulder blades together. One more big breath through the front of the body. Maybe deepening the stretch as you exhale. And release. Moving yourself up and back into downward facing dog. Instead of pushing, let your heels be heavy, your head light. Maybe pedaling out one foot and then the other. Coming to the tips of your toes as you look forward, stepping right foot between the hands, finding your low lunge, reaching the arms up, lifting through the chest. Feel that opening through the front of the heart. And exhale, releasing hands down, tucking back toes under, shifting back into a hamstring stretch. Bending the knee as much as you need. The focus is on feedback. Staying in your edge rather than pushing for flexibility. And walking those hands forward, returning to downward facing dog. Coming to the other side, looking between the hands, stepping left foot forward, finding your low lunge. Sweeping arms overhead as you inhale. Breathing in space across the chest. And exhaling those arms down, tucking back toes under, shifting back into your hamstring stretch. Notice that one side may feel completely different than the other. Making any necessary adjustments. Shifting your weight forward and pressing back to find downward facing dog. Taking a breath here. And as you exhale, bringing the body weight forward, finding yourself on your knees, lowering the chest and chin, Pelvis up, elbows into your sides, untucking the toes and sliding the body forward, finding cobra. Breathing into the front body, pressing firmly into the tops of the feet. And exhale, lowering down. As you press back, widening the knees, toes together in child's pose. Knowing that you can come back to child's pose at any time you'd like during today's practice. If you wish, you can stay here during the whole practice. Or making your way into downward facing dog. Looking to the top of your mat, taking tiny steps on the tips of your toes all the way to the top of your mat, finding a forward fold. Letting the upper body hang heavy, maybe grabbing hold of either elbow. Maybe gently shaking the head yes and no, or finding a rock side to side with the body. Releasing the arms as you roll the spine up one vertebrae at a time, head and neck coming up last. As you come to find mountain pose, rolling the shoulders up, back, and down, opening the chest. Rooting down through both feet. Inhale, arms to the sky. Grabbing hold of the left wrist as you take a side stretch to the right. Breathing in along that left side body. Inhale back through center and taking hold of the right wrist. Exhale over to the left. Breathing into the right side body, feel that stretch, maybe from the outside of that ankle all the way up through to the fingertips. Inhale back through center. Exhale, hands to the hips. And stepping left foot back at a 45-degree angle. Bending the right knee. Squaring hips to the top of the mat to find your warrior one. Taking eagle arms here, wrapping right arm over the left. Palms facing towards each other. Breathing into that opening through the shoulder blades. On your next exhale, releasing hands behind you, interlacing the fingers, opening the chest back, and exhale as you hinge forward from the hips, coming to humble warrior. Letting the arms draw forward and gravity do the work here. Keep breathing. Letting go of any tension. And leading with the arms, inhale back up. Releasing those hands overhead. And exhale, hands together through heart center. Stepping forwards. Finding mountain pose. Taking a deep inhale, grounding through both feet. Exhale, release. On your next inhale, arms overhead, grabbing hold of that left wrist, taking that side stretch over to the right. Breathing in along the left side body. And inhale as you come through center, grabbing hold of the right wrist. Exhale to the left. Breathing into that side body, opening up through the ribs. Inhale back through center, releasing hands. Hands coming to the hips and stepping right foot back this time. Squaring hips to the top of the mat to find your warrior one with eagle arms. This time wrapping left arm over the right. Breathing into that space, feel the shoulder blades widen. As you're ready, releasing arms behind you, interlacing those fingers, lifting the chest and folding into humble warrior. Letting the arms draw forward, gravity doing the work. Leading with those hands pressing through the feet as you come back up. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Stepping forward, finding your mountain pose. Taking a scan of the body. Notice sensation. Notice how you feel in the body. Bringing hands to the hips and stepping back to take a wide-legged stretch. So adjusting yourself as necessary, and exhale, hinging forward from the hips. Keep the legs engaged, knees soft, crown of the head reaching towards the mat. As you're ready, begin to walk your hands over to one leg, maybe even bringing the hands to the outside of the foot, forehead towards the knee. And notice that stretch through the outside of the leg, maybe the opposite side body. Breathing into any tension. And then walking hands over to the opposite leg. Notice how one side may feel completely different than the other. Walking hands back through center, finding a long spine, and then shifting the toes out, heels, and bending through the knees, bringing hands to the inner thighs. Taking an inhale, and as you exhale, pushing one shoulder forward. Inhale back through center. Exhale, pushing the opposite shoulder forward. Alternating here. Opening up, twisting, releasing the mid and upper back, stimulating circulation through the spine. Maybe feeling that gentle opening through the hips and transitioning into goddess. Letting the knees track with the toes, pressing through the feet, finding length through the crown of the head. Hands to the hips and extending up through those legs. Shifting the feet and coming in to find your triangle. So shifting the hips back and tilting forward, stacking shoulders. Breathing into the side body as you open up through the chest. Leading with that top hand, coming all the way up and coming to reverse warrior. Finding length through that side body, all the way up through the fingertips. And releasing here, shifting the feet as we come to find triangle on the opposite side. Leading with that top arm as you come up and finding your reverse warrior. Gazing up past those fingertips. Extending through both legs. As you release that top hand, bringing hands to the hips and stepping to the back of your mat. Flowing through a slow vinyasa. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, swan dive down to the mat. Inhale to open the chest, finding length through the spine. Flat back. Exhale, step, hopper, walk back to plank. And then from the toes or the knees, slowly lower elbows into your sides. Cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg to the sky, bending the knee as you open the hip. And then begin to move that leg in circles. Notice how the movement affects the hip, the low back. Stacking that knee over the hip once again. And this time exhale, stepping foot to the outside of the right hand, dropping back knee down. Finding your lizard pose. Staying up here or maybe reaching back to that foot behind you. And notice that the hip flexors store a lot of emotion, a lot of that fight or flight energy when we're busy or under pressure. This area tenses instinctively. So as you breathe here, imagine telling your body it's safe to release anything that it's holding on to. If this feels good, maybe staying here today. Or if you'd like, transitioning towards pigeon pose. Maybe supporting that front hip with a block or cushion if needed. Taking your time to find your posture. Releasing head and neck down. And as you're in either posture, think of this as a time to listen to the body's story rather than trying to fix it. If you can, bringing a steadiness to the breath as you use the breath to move into and through this posture. As you're ready, propping yourself back up on your hands, tucking back toes under, finding yourself back in downward facing dog. Taking a deep breath here and lifting left leg behind you, bending the knee, opening the hip. Taking those circles. Notice sensation. Stacking the knee back over the hip, spreading the toes wide. And stepping foot to the outside of the left hand, finding your lizard posture, maybe reaching back with left hand to grab the hold of that foot. As you breathe here, imagine telling your body it's safe to release anything that it's holding on to. I invite you to stay here if that's what feels good for today, or releasing that hand and heel toe the foot over to the right as you transition into pigeon pose, taking your time checking in with what your body needs. So maybe propping up that hip and then releasing the head and neck down, finding that steady quality through the breath. Walking the hands back in towards the body, and then shifting weight over to the left hip, making your way to a seated position, feet mat distance apart, arms behind you for support, and windshield wiping those legs side to side. Creating some movement, letting that go. Maybe feeling a gentle massage through the glutes. Coming back through center, extending those legs long, releasing any fleshy bits from your sides. And an exhale, hugging right knee in towards the chest and then crossing it over the left leg. Inhale, left arm to the sky. Exhale, hooking that elbow over the thigh. Planting right hand behind you as you take that twist. Flexing that left foot, pressing through the heel. Inhale back through center. And assisting that right foot to the left inner thigh. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, folding forward. Reaching anywhere you can on that leg or the foot. Forehead towards the knee. Maybe rounding through the back body, softening into the stretch. Inhale as you roll the spine up, extending both legs once again. And exhale the left knee into the chest, crossing that foot over the right leg. Inhale, right arm to the sky. Exhale, twist, looking over the left shoulder. As you come back through center, assisting that foot to the inside of the right thigh. Inhale, arms to the sky, flexing right foot, and exhale, hinging forward from the hips. Finding length for a moment, chest opening towards those toes, and then rounding down, softening into the stretch. Inhale to roll the body back up, bringing left knee to the sky, bending both knees, and carefully making your way onto your back to find bridge pose. So making any adjustments you might need, feeling the ground beneath your feet, pressing up, hips lifting to the sky, maybe interlacing those hands behind the spine, tucking shoulders under, knees at hip distance apart. Keep holding it here as you breathe. Untucking those shoulders, rolling the spine down. Heel toe the feet apart, letting knees rest on each other, bringing one hand to the belly, one to the chest. Taking a moment here, checking in with the body, the breath. And then readjusting those feet to come back into bridge pose, or maybe coming to wheel. Hands by the shoulders, fingers pointing towards the body, lifting up. Opening the heart. Continue breathing here. And lowering down from either posture. Once again, coming to find feet apart, knees resting on each other, one hand to the belly, one to the chest. Checking in. As you're ready, hugging knees into the chest. Maybe taking a gentle rock side to side, massaging the back body. And bringing those hands to your sides, palms face down, lifting the hips, maybe supporting the low back with the hands. As you extend those legs to the sky, shoulders down for a moment. And then slowly bending those knees, bringing knees towards opposite shoulders. Feet resting back behind you. Maybe keeping those hands to support the low back or releasing the hands to the mat. Decompressing the spine. And notice if there's any discomfort through the neck coming out of this posture. As you're ready to release, Slowly, one vertebrae at a time, rolling that spine back down, hugging the knees into the chest. Maybe taking a gentle rock side to side, releasing the back body. Bringing arms between the legs, hands to the outsides of the feet, and finding happy baby. Let the breath move through the pelvis. Sometimes emotions surface here. Stay with the breath. If you'd like holding this pose here, you can also take some movements, extending one leg and then the other, maybe rocking gently side to side, finding what feels good in your body. As you're ready, releasing the feet here, bringing hands to the knees and making extremely tiny circles with the low back, moving in one direction for now, releasing that low back, and then changing the direction of those circles. Releasing feet to the mat, bringing soles of the feet together, knees apart to find reclined butterfly. Maybe leaving hands where they are, one to the belly, one to the heart. Reconnecting. Maybe coming back to your intention for today's practice. Letting that settle in here. Drawing those knees up to face the sky. And then crossing left ankle over the right thigh, flexing that foot, and twisting over to the left, arms out at shoulder height. Notice the weight of that left foot, assisting with the twist. Maybe noticing an opening through that IT band, or from the outside of that right hip down the side of the leg. As you're ready, keeping that left foot over the thigh, coming all the way back through center and then twisting over to the right. Using that right hand around the ankle to support yourself here. So hugging or drawing that ankle in towards the body as you actively press that left knee away from the body, deepening the sensation. As you're ready, moving your way back through center. And then this time crossing right ankle over the left thigh and letting those legs fall over to the right, looking over the left shoulder. Breathing into any sensation. And leading with those legs coming all the way up and over to the left. Looking over that right shoulder. And using the left hand to the outside of the ankle, imagine drawing it, pulling it in towards the body as you press that right knee away, deepening sensation. As you're ready, gently coming back through center, releasing the legs, bringing arms by your sides, and windshield wipering those legs side to side. Maybe feeling a massage through the glutes. Maybe feeling a stretch through the front of the legs or the quads as the knees come down. Extending both legs, reaching arms overhead, taking a deep stretch here. Inhale and circling the wrists and the ankles. Maybe moving in the opposite direction. And releasing arms down by your sides to find Shavasana pose. On your next inhale, picturing the number 3. And as you exhale, watching the 3 dissolve, imagine the body relaxing, releasing any tension, letting go. On your next inhale, picturing the number 2. As you exhale, watching that 2 dissolve, imagine the face relaxing, releasing that space between the brows, eyelids becoming heavy, softening the jaw. On your next inhale, picturing the number 1. And as you exhale, watching that 1 dissolve, imagine any thoughts dissolving away, knowing that you can come back to these thoughts after this practice. But for now, letting them go, giving yourself this space to be here, still, silent. And when it's time, I'll guide you back out with the sound of the bell. But for now, settling into this space. Bringing awareness back to the breath, back to your surroundings. And I invite you to either stay in this Shavasana or slowly making your way into a meditative seat, eyes closed. And as you hear the first bell, let it settle you into stillness again. As you hear the second, awareness expanding again. And as you hear the third, a reminder that you can return to this calm anytime. In closing this practice, namaste.